Know where you are going by visualizing your goal. One of the hardest things about succeeding can sometimes be knowing where you want to end up. Sure, we all have a generalized idea of success as having a lot of money and working at doing something that we are passionate about. However, that isn't enough. What you need before you can succeed is a detailed outline of exactly what it is that you want to succeed at. Without that, all of your planning would be for naught. A lot of people prefer not to think about where they want to end up, because maybe sometimes during childhood we have been discouraged from thinking big. We're oftentimes discouraged and told that we are daydreaming and that we should not get ahead of ourselves. Our motivation is squashed at an early age when people tell us that we are not being realistic enough and that we should make sure that we're doing something that is both reasonable and stable. That means that we are often discouraged from taking the risks that we need to take before we will ever succeed at anything in this life. That can be very dangerous, especially to a driven and motivated person. We all have something that we want to accomplish in this life, and if we are not allowed to think in depth about that, then we may never actually take the steps that we need to take in order to get there. It can be so toxic to listen to the people around us who are telling us that we should not be thinking about things that we want to think about. When we are unable to develop our vision, then we soon forget that we have a vision at all, and we get stuck in the humdrum routine of everyday life. Nobody wants to be stuck there. And this is how you get out of that rut and start succeeding. To begin with, think deeply about exactly what you want to do and why you want to do it. Using visualization techniques can be extremely helpful when it comes to achieving your goals. First of all, you should visualize where you want to end up, presuming that your goal is successful. What is your ultimate outcome? Without knowing that, there is a lot of white noise in the way that prevents you from going after your dreams and believing that your goals are actually realistic enough that you could accomplish them, provided that you were able to devote enough time and energy and resources to that project. Once you have a very clear idea of what you want to do, you should also start to visualize the steps that you might need to take in order to get there. This doesn't mean a detailed outline quite yet, as this will come in later steps. But you should have a mental idea of what you're going to have to encounter when it comes to making your dreams a reality. Planning for success, of course, does involve real plans, and this visualization process is going to help you understand what you are going to be dealing with when it comes to getting those plans off the ground. Step 1 should be fun and exciting. You should begin to feel energized after you have begun to explore your ultimate goal. This is going to be the inspiration that continues to drive you forward along your path of planning for success. Without that motivation, it can be very easy to become discouraged by other people and by the challenges that we naturally face when we are attempting to achieve a goal. No matter how big or how small, set goals that challenge you. Those challenges should not be discouraging so much as they should be proof that we are working towards something wonderful and we are enriching our lives by doing so. Once you have held on to that motivation and you have been able to visualize your goal in depth, then it is time to move on to step 2 and work on learning more about you.